All right, peace of Christ to all, and welcome to our broadcast time. I hope today we will have a good discussion, and you will enjoy it. However, feel free if you would like to make your own comment to be part of the topic. You can click at be part of the conversation in the top of the video, and you can post your question or your comment for me in case you have any, or even if you like to say hello. Now today our topic is about women, and specifically I have actually two requests. One brother, he asked me about to speak about the Prophet of Islam wives and some certain points he mentioned, and another person asked me about Muslim women dating or going out or having a relationship with the Christian women. So I decided to mix those both together because they are very much connected, and I will try to make it easy talk, like we don't want to make it too much complicated, because complicated stuff is good for those who they are, let us say, doing a scholarship study. What we do here, we are trying to give you information and arm you with knowledge without giving you too much headache. Which means, I know that all kinds of people watch my videos, those who they are very much, let us say, occupied with knowledge, and those who they are looking for just answers, which is convincing, all right? So I try to merge two things together and make it, let us say, more possible to understand and to observe. If you notice, some people, because they are, let us say, scholars, when they start explaining something to you, you feel you are lost. You cannot follow up with them. And I believe most of those people, they do it on purpose because they want to show you how much they know. They make it complicated, so they give you like the impression that, what, you see how high I am in knowledge and how low you are in knowledge. I don't appreciate such a kind of a person, and I don't appreciate such a kind of a teacher. A teacher is someone who speaks to people who want to learn, and he is humble and he tries to make it easy to understand. And the point is not to show you how much I know. The point is to share with you what I know. So going into the topic directly, we don't want to waste time. Being with a Muslim man. First of all, I always ask myself a question: why even a Christian woman, she want to have a relationship with non-Christian, regardless if he's a Muslim or not? Let us say he's an atheist. Let us say he is from your town, he is your neighbor. Let us say he is even from not far away family member. Why a Christian woman, she want to have a relationship with someone who's not a believer? Are we out of men? There is no men left, etc. You notice right away that when you have a connection or relationship with someone who is not a believer, and you are a true believer, not just by name, then you will have a lot of suffering, and you will find a lot of problems will come up. You see, maybe in the beginning, like, I like you, you like me, you are so beautiful, you are, etc. I say nice words to you, and maybe I really like you, and maybe even I love you. But don't you think that's it's very important that we have a relationship with someone he believe in what we believe? Because inside the house, that will cause a fire, and that will be really a big problem. belief is about everything, you know. And if you marry someone who don't believe in what you believe, simply you are seeking a chaos in your relationship. You are seeking a future disaster, and we will explain today why. In the Bible, in the 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse number 14, I believe. Let me search it. Just hold on. It says clearly that we should not bond with non-believers, and for sure it doesn't mean the Muslims or non-Muslim, doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter really. But bonding with them is going to have an impact on you. Remember, in the Old Testament, even God, he punished the nation of Israel for marrying and having a relationship from non-believers. Now, I'm sure there's some of you who will listen to me and already you are married to a Muslim. And don't think I'm here to insult you or to put you down. I'm here to share with you the truth. And the truth sometimes hurt, if not always. If we are a true believers, if we are, I don't know who is not. I'm talking generally speaking. I'm not God to know who is a believer, who's not. The Bible is so clear. Be not, you cannot have your yoke together with an unbeliever. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? Very logical teaching, like what we have to share together. You see, remember, marriage and relationship, and even whatever you want to have it, whatever you want to call it, unless it's a sexual relationship. And those who want to seek just sexual relationship, they don't care really for God. They don't care for marriage. This is not their intention. Their intention is just to have fun, and those people really don't care if you're an atheist, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim. Those people just want to have sex. But the Bible is so clear that a relationship with non-believers is not accepted. The Bible accepts you to have a relationship, which means to marry a non-believer if you are married before you convert to Christianity. That is saying you used to be a Muslim and today you became a Christian, but you are married previously to a Muslim person. The Bible is not encouraging you to divorce, because the Bible don't want a family to be destroyed. So you work your way, you try your best to make him a believer. However, if you are not someone who converted to Christianity, why you want to marry a Muslim, and why you want to have a relationship with a Muslim? What do you share with the Muslim? And this is, by the way, is not only for like, I don't encourage it not only for women. What about Christian men? Trust me, you will suffer the same. I found this article in the news. Father banned from talking to his son. From what? From talking to his son. What is the problem? Why he is forbidden from talking to his son? Simply because his ex-wife was a Muslim, and he want to take his son to the church. As simple as that. His wife, she is a Muslim. Let's say his ex-wife, she is a Muslim, and she will not accept him to take her son to the church. And it's going to be the same case if you are the Christian lady and the man, the husband, is the Muslim man. So it's both way is going to turn ugly, because both of you will be fighting over it, and if both of you want to fight over which one your kids will follow. He will follow Christ or he will follow Muhammad. So maybe it started like, you know what, you see a man or you see a woman and you like each other, and you know what, she is beautiful or she is nice, or he is handsome, he is nice, he is kind, and etc. And you know, and you are driven. And by the way, I know why most Western women, they are driven to Muslim men. The answer is very easy, by the way. But this is not something about the Muslim only. I mean, Middle Eastern in general, they are very protective, which means a Christian Middle Eastern man is not the same as a Christian American man. It's a fact. So a Western woman, she will see a different attention from the Middle Eastern man. She don't see from the American man. But you know, I am a Middle Eastern myself, and I'll tell you, there's positive and there's not negative in this issue. If you are lucky, let us say, I'm not talking about Muslims now, let us say you married a Christian Middle Eastern man, not a Muslim man. So you have the same faith, you have the same belief. But now you have two different backgrounds, you have two different cultures. His culture is not the same as yours, trust me. And I can say to you, I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about something I heard. I am a Middle Eastern, I am coming from the Middle East. My culture is not the same as yours. Even though I'm a Christian, even though I read the same Bible you read, even though I believe in the same God you believe in, but we have a different culture. So what is accepted for you is not accepted for me, just to make it simple. So if you want to marry a Christian man who is from the Middle East, you will find difficulty, unless he is really super genius, smart. Let us say he can, you know, he can balance things. But that's not usual to happen. So even if you marry from a Christian man who is coming from different culture, you will find some problems because you are not used to this. You see, women in our culture, they have different lifestyle from women in your culture. Now, yes, we came to the West and we live in the West and etc. But trust me, our culture comes with us. So here you need to think, if I want to marry, if marrying a Christian man who is Middle Eastern is going to have difficulty, what about marrying someone he believes in everything opposite of what he believes? You see, a Christian man, he believed that he should love his wife the same as the Messiah, he loved the church. A Christian man, he believed that he should sacrifice himself to his family and his wife the same as the Messiah did to his church. The Messiah ordered the Christian man to love his wife the same as the Messiah loved the church. So love is a must in the marriage, and marriage in Christianity is about unification, is not about sexual relationship. It's about unity. So even if you have all of those things you share together, which is very beautiful to base marriage in, what about marrying someone who don't believe in any of that? You know, if we go and check in the Quran, we will not find one time the Prophet of Islam is speaking about, or the whole Quran. And you know, this is my challenge for the Muslims. Now this is, let us say, super challenge. To find me one verse in the Quran, it says you marry a woman to love her. Can you? You will not find that. You will not. Love in the Quran does not exist. Even the word marriage, you know, the word marriage in Arabic is zawaj. Zawj. I will type the word zawj and see where the word appears, so we can get all the roots of it. All right. I will make the text. All right. This is the first chapter in the Quran, the beginning, chapter 2, verse number 35. It's about Adam living with his wife. This is the first time mentioned the word zawj. All right. The second verse in the Quran, right away, actually, the same chapter, chapter 2, verse number 102. Look how Allah, He look at the marriage. And I want you please to focus with me. And if you are a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddha, I don't care, just use your brain. I believe all of us, the Lord, He provide us with a brain. Or what I'm asking you for is to use it. I don't think that is very hard, right? I know it's hard for some. If you see in this verse here, chapter 2, verse number 102, speaking about Allah, He sent two angels, which is the Babylon angels, in the tower of the Babylon, which is a legend story, Harut and Marut. And those Harut and Marut, the two angels, Allah, He sent them, He taught them magic. Allah, He revealed to those two angels magic. And the angels, they taught the bad ones this magic in order to make the wife and the husband fight. I'm not saying that, you know, it's in front of you. All right? You see it? And from those angels, people learn that by which they cause separation, that which harms them. Separation between a man and wife. But they cannot, or they could not harm anyone except by Allah leave. So Allah approved the magic to make harm happen inside the family, which is an act of evil. So the start of the word marriage in the Quran, it doesn't come with something good, it's come with something evil. Allah, He sent from the beginning of the time two angels to teach magic so they can disturb your marriage. Now, I'm not saying this is what true, this is what happened to you because of two angels. We know that this is a false story. But you are going to marry or be with the man who believes in this garbage. And that will make it impossible to solve any problem. Someone who believes in this garbage, that if he have a fight with you, that's because there's a magic happening. How you can discuss things with him? If you are complaining about something, for him this is something coming from the devil. You are under magic. If you don't agree with him in something, that's something is coming from the devil, because the whole purpose, the black magic, which is coming from Allah, and the funny by the way, is the one who is causing people to separate the marriage and destroy the marriage is Allah, as you see. Not only Allah sent the magic to the angels to teach mankind, but He will not let them harm you without His leave, which means even though He is the one who ordered it to happen. And the verse is in front of you. So if you marry a man, he believes in this, how you're going to discuss with him anything? What is the logic to talk to a man believe in a black magic and believe you complaining about something is coming from the devil? Which means this is why I'm saying marrying someone or being with someone, he is a disbeliever. He is coming to come with his fairy tale stories, and he will implement his fairy tale stories in your life. You cannot get away from this. So in the beginning, in order to fight the problem, you have to face the problem. You have to talk about the problem. Those people, they are following blindly a stupid book, a stupid belief, a stupid religion. How you can marry someone who believes in this? That God, He sent someone who to make fights between the wife and the husband, and this is by Allah leave. Why? Why Allah want to do that? And as long it's by Allah leave, it means He cannot stop it, and He will not stop it, because this is by Allah leave. So Allah, He wants you not to continue, because as you see, it's Allah. He is allowed in this to happen to you. If we continue, there is many things you will not accept as a human being unless you are stupid. I'm not saying this word to insult. Just take it easy. Focus with me and you will see what I'm talking about. Even if you are having a relationship with a Muslim man, listen to me carefully. I'm not insulting you. I believe you are ignorant and you made this decision before you know. The problem is someone he knows and he made such a decision after he know or after she know. Chapter 2 verse number 230, the same chapter. If a Muslim man he divorced his wife 3 times, a Muslim man he can divorce you by saying one word. You do not need to go to court. He say you are divorced. That's it. It's gone. You are history. Right now they allow divorce by text message. You can search it right now in your Google and you will see it's allowed in Islamic countries to divorce your wife by text message. You do not need even to call her to say to her, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more, you are divorced. Because there's no marriage in Islam. It's a sexual contract and the employer he decide to fire you. And if he fire you 3 times, Islam have a very stupid rule. Let us say he fire you 3 times, he want to get you back in the 4th. Do you know what the solution? You have to go and sleep with someone else, which is marrying supposedly. You see that they are not even using the word zawaj, they are using the word tankah. Tankah has mean to F. To F as zawj. You see, this is a proof that the Muslim they lie when they say the word tankah is what? They say the word nukah is marriage, right? This is what they say. The fact it doesn't say that. Look with me. This is the word tankah and this is the word husband. Well, if the word tankah mean marrying, marrying a husband, he is already a husband. He is already the husband until she sleep with the husband. That's what it says, the new husband. So she have to marry a new husband and then she tankah the new husband. He is a husband already. She, you know, so a Muslim woman, if she is divorced, or let us say you marry a Muslim man, he divorced you 3 times. It's forbidden for him to get you back. Let us say those Muslims, they get angry. They get angry from you. He said to you, you are divorced. Okay, that's it. After a few weeks after, he got again angry. He said to you, you are divorced. And you know, you come back together, and you know, because you can do that. You can come back together. And then the 3rd time he said to you, you are divorced. And then after that, chapter 2 verse number 230 come with a solution that you cannot get back your husband unless you do nukah to a new husband. So you marry a husband and then you do nukah for him, which means you have to have sex with him. And even Muhammad, he said, not only you have to marry a new husband and do nukah to him, which means the F word, you have to, excuse my language, I don't mean to be like rude, but you have to taste his juice. The Messenger of Allah was asked about a man who divorced his wife and she is married, and she married another man who had a close meeting with her. Then he divorced her. So which means they did not really have sex together. They just you know, he did marry her, but he did not have sex with her before having intercourse. So the word zawaj have nothing to do with intercourse. What is the intercourse? Is nukah. So they asked him, is it a principle for her to remarry the first husband? The messenger said, no, not until the second one tastes her sweetness, and she tastes his sweetness. Actually, it is his juice. What does that mean? This is a very sexual conversation now. You want to marry someone who believes in this garbage? Seriously, you want to marry someone who believes in this garbage? That you, after he divorced you, your husband 3 times, you have to sleep with the neighbor, marry him for a day or 2, and then he tastes your juice. I'm not going to speak ugly now. I don't want to go dirty, but this is a filthy prophet. And the reference in the front of your eyes. I'm not making things up. Somebody will say to you, this is a da'if. Let me show it to you from a strong hadith. You know the funny about Muslims, the same story appear in different places, it's appear as a strong. The same story. One they report it as da'if, one they report it as strong. Look at this. It's not da'if. The same story. You see it? The same story. Sahih al-Bukhari. It's not da'if. Stupid religion. So how you can share life with such a man? He can divorce you by text message. I remember a Muslim woman, she said to my mother, lucky you. She's my mom. She said, why? She said, well, you know what, at least the food you are cooking, you know for sure you are going to eat it. I'm not sure anytime my husband he get angry from me and I will not be able to cook to eat from the food I just cooked, because she can divorce so easy. A Muslim woman, she have to spend her day doing makeup, doing things so that she can stay beautiful in the eyes of this Abdul, because he can marry four like you. Legally, officially, he is not a cheating. This is not a cheating in Islam. He can have 4 women like you. He can go in a restaurant and he can date 4 women in the same time, and he can hold their hands, 8 hands together, and he said to them, oh, I love you. You believe it or not, it's a fact. And actually, most of Muslim men, they marry a woman in the West, and they prefer maybe to get a visa, to get a green card, to get whatever, landing, whatever you call it in different country, citizenship. But they don't really appreciate you. You are not really the target. The target is getting something out of you. And I will show you that in Islam this is very lawful, which means a Muslim, he marry you not because he wants you, but when he want to use you. It is very lawful. Somebody saying in the text, a friend told me her Muslim husband never respect her wishes to have sex or not. Is there something in the Quran about it? Yes, you know, Muhammad, he said, if a man he invite his wife to the bed and she refuse, Allah and the angels will curse her all night. So let me see if I can find you the hadith. Good you mention it. I hope I can find it here. Let us see if we can search it in English. Let us see in Arabic. I'm trying to remember what this is how I find them fast. I memorize them, you know. But this one, let's see. Yeah, sometimes you have to get exactly, you know, the word exactly as it is to get the hadith. So I'm not sure why it's not coming. Okay. I will find the hadith. Just hold on. However, what this hadith is saying, if a woman she's been asked by her husband to come to bed, the angels will curse her all night until she do it. The reason, supposedly, the woman, she is not being obedient, and she is not giving the husband what the husband deserve, which is to have sex with her. Actually, I found the hadith in Arabic, but I want to find it in English. Hold on, I'm trying. And even I found a video about it, but it's in Arabic. Sadly, you guys don't speak Arabic. Muslims, they speak about it in TV and they teach it, and it's very logical to believe in it. Let's see. I'm trying to get the hadith in English for you. Hold on with me. Because if you mention something, sometimes the Muslim, they say, how come he did not show it? So I prefer to have some patient and get the hadith in English, and then like, let us say, bingo, here we go. I hope it's clear in your eyes there. The Prophet said, if a woman spend the night deserting her husband bed, which means does not sleep with him, then the angels send their curses on her till she come back to her husband. Now, this is not really a big problem if you think about it, as long as he is not using violence. But what about he decide to beat her? Because remember, the Quran say clearly, if the woman, she is disobedience, you warn her, you jail her, and you beat her, and it's up to you to jump right away to the beating option. And a man, a woman, she don't want to sleep with him, he's a Muslim man, he will go right away to the option of beating. And I can prove it to you. If you remember, there's a story, but before we go there, as long as we are here, there's other hadith here. Let me show it to you. Muhammad taken an oath saying, by him, which means he swear by Allah, in whose hand is my life, in his hand my life. When a man call his wife to the bed and she does not respond, one who is above in heaven, which means Allah, becomes displeased with her until he, her husband, become pleased with her. So that's it. Heaven is in the hand of the husband. Actually, it is in the private part of the husband. You make the private part of the husband happy, Allah is happy. Remember here, this is not a Christian man who have one wife. Like, let's say, if Muslims believe in one husband and one wife, then we say, what? Why the woman, she is not giving her husband the sexual pleasure he need? Because simply, he cannot get from anywhere else. This is not right. You know what I mean? But this guy, he can have 4 wives. Legally, officially, he can have 4 wives, and he can sleep with his slaves. And even prostitution is halal. The Quran never condemned prostitution. We showed you just 2 days ago. The Quran say clearly that if you do prostitution, you can read any translation you want. Quran says, force not your slave girls for prostitution. So not only you can sleep with them, you can even make them do prostitution. Or what the Quran is saying to you, it's better if you don't force them to do it. If they agree, that's better. However, if you force them, Allah is all forgiving. You see it? It's in the front of your eyes. And force not your maids to prostitution if they desire. By the way, those are not maids. This is a lie translation. Those are the captive, the women, the Christian women. They capture them from their husbands. They force them into prostitution, and they exchange him with the neighbor. Let us say I'm a Muslim, my neighbor is a Muslim, so I say to him, hey Abdul, what about I give you some of my slaves? I have 2 girls, they are beautiful, and you give me those 2 girls, I saw them yesterday. You like to change? Just for a change, like, you know, I'm bored with those girls. It's halal. It's very halal, which means very kosher. So how you can have relationship with someone believe in this? What about a man? He can beat you if you don't go to bed. If we go here, the story of a woman. She came to Muhammad complaining about, excuse me, her husband did beat her until he made her skin greener than her clothes. You see, Rafa divorced his wife, whereupon Abdul Rahman bin Abu Zubayr, etc., married her. So the guy, the first husband, he divorced his wife. Now she married a new guy, and she came to Aisha to complain. She said that this lady came wearing a green veil and complained to Aisha for her husband, and she showed her a green spots in her skin caused by beating. Do you know what green spot mean? That's really not light beating as the Muslim they say to us in the Quran chapter 4 verse number 34. And actually I have a surprise for you. That chapter came down because of this story, that the men are allowed to beat their wives, which means Muhammad not only took the side of the man who beat his wife and he made her skin greener than her clothes. No, he gave him even a chapter in the Quran to support beating women. And look what Muhammad did. It was the habit of ladies to support each other. So here the women, they support each other in this story. So when Allah messenger came, she said, I have not seen any women suffering as much as a believing woman. So since the time of Aisha, believing Muslim women, they are suffering. Do you see it? Aisha herself is witnessing that between all the women, nobody suffer as much as a Muslim woman. I'm not the one saying that. The text is in front of you. Correct? Am I adding things is not there, guys? Did I add? Did I make a conclusion is not there? Or this is what Aisha is saying? She never saying a woman suffering as much as a woman she is a believer. Aisha witnessing for you. Muslims, can you get away with it? Can you say to me this is not true? Are you going to say Aisha is a liar? Then the story continue. Aisha, she said, look, she's talking to Muhammad. Her skin is greener than her clothes. Her skin is what? Greener. This is not light beating as the Muslims they say to us. And you believe it or not, Muhammad, he took the side of the husband who did beat his wife until he made her skin greener than her clothes, and he took his side against the woman. So look, she said, this is the woman excuse. Why she have a fight with him? Abdul Rahman heard that his wife has gone to the Prophet, so he came with his 2 sons. from another wife. This guy, he had many wives. But a filthy religion. He had many wives, but he want to get more. See? She said, by Allah, I have done no wrong to him, but he is a man, he cannot supposedly have sex. You know, he's impotent. He cannot do it. As useless as this. So like she is holding her fabric, her clothes. So you know what? This guy is like those clothes. He is useless. It's a filthy talk, by the way. Look at this conversation, how filthy. The woman, she is coming to a strange man complaining that her husband cannot have sex. Her husband is beating her until he made her skin greener. The wife, she is saying to the prophet, my husband's private part is the same as this piece of clothes. I'm not going to give more details. I think you know what I'm talking about, right? Which means his private part will not even move even if he see Allah. Let us make it simple. So the husband, when she said that, she said what she said, she has told a lie. I am very strong. I can satisfy her, but she disobedient and want to go back to Rafa. So what is the purpose of his beating according to him? She is disobedient. So in Islam, if a woman she is disobedient, we can beat her. Look what Muhammad said. Muhammad did not say to the man, why you beat your wife? Why you made her skin greener? No. He said to her, if that is your intention, then know that it's unlawful for you to remarry Rifa, the old husband, unless Abdul Rahman has had sexual intercourse with you. All right? It's a must. If you want to go to the old husband, the new husband have to play with you being born. Chinese game. You know, being born, this little ball you play it in the table, being born. So let's make it so we don't use bad language. We say being born. So the new husband have to play with you being born, and he have to test your juice as we showed you in the other hadith, and then and only then if he divorce you, you can go back to the first husband. Is that what you want to end with? Christian women, is that what you want? Someone he believe in this garbage? Someone his best man is teaching him such a thing? The prophet did not ask the man, why you did beat her, man? So what if she is disobedient? No. The prophet, he supported him, and he told her, I am in his side, and he is right. And you know what? As long as this is your intention, he believed him. He did not believe her. And he said to her, if you are seeking to go back to your husband, you should know you can do that, but first he have to do bing bong with you. That is Islam. And then he looked at the two boys with him, and he saw that those boys, they resemble him. And look, Muhammad, he said to him, are these your sons? Abdul Rahman said, yes. The prophet, he said, you claim what you claim, that he is impotent, but by Allah, those boys resemble him as a crew resembling a crew. So he won the case. The wife, she is a liar, and you know, forget about if the wife is a liar or not. Let us say she is. But in here you will see that this poor woman, according to the story, she is marrying a new husband, not to marry him. She don't want him. She just want to have a license to remarry again to the old husband. She want to go back to her family. Maybe she have kids from him. But because of the stupid rules of Islam, as we showed you from the chapter 2 in the Quran, she cannot get back unless she has sexual relationship with the new husband. And now she ended with beating until her skin became greener. And the prophet, he told her, you know what? Okay, don't worry. Don't think you can get away with this. You want to go back to your husband, the old husband? You have to sleep with this guy. And this is showing us that sexual relationship in Islam is not something special to do it with someone unique. It's not about marriage. It's about exchanging women. If you ask the Muslim why Muhammad he made it this way, that if a Muslim man, he divorces his wife, he will not get back to her unless she sleep with someone else. They will say to you, this is the punishment for him because he's abusing marriage. Let me tell you, Muslim, this is a stupid idea, because I can say you are not allowed to divorce your wife easy, and then he cannot do it easy. I made it so easy, and now I blame the man to abuse the easy. I made it so easy for him to the point he can say just a word and she is divorced. So I made it so easy. Now I am trying to fix my mistake for making it so easy by saying if you divorce a wife 3 times, you cannot get her back unless she sleep with someone, and they will say to you this is a punishment for the man. But the fact, the woman, she is the one who's going to sleep around, not the man. The man is staying in his home. He don't care what's happening. The wife is the one, she have to go and find a new husband and sleep with him and get beaten and suffer until he divorce her, and then she come back. So who is the one who's getting punished? Is it really the husband? No, it is the poor wife. It's a stupid logic, stupid religion, and a stupid belief. So why you want to be part of it? Do you want to be part of this? Now, what about inheritance? You see, I'm going to go over things one by one. What about inheritance? In case you do not know, a Christian woman, she cannot inherit a Muslim man. I remember once, a few years ago, a full woman, and I'm saying full because she married a guy I remember from Kuwait, and maybe she will hear what I'm saying. She married him because he is very rich, he's very old, 80 something compared to her. She is maybe, I'm not sure, maybe 28, something like this. And she asked me, she said, can I ask you for, please, if you can help me in something, I have a question for you, as long as you have a degree in Islamic law. So she said, if my husband die, what is my inheritance will be? I said, you will have nothing. She said, no, 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 they told me in the Quran that I will. There's a verse in the Quran that says that. I said, yeah, but that not including you because you are not a Muslim. Non-Muslim cannot inherit a Muslim. Period. Even if you are his daughter, and he have no daughters except you, you cannot inherit a penny from his money if you live in an Islamic country. If you live in America, yeah, whatever he have here, you know, or if you live in England, because then you will be under the law of England, not the law of Islam. But according to the law of Islam, you will not inherit. She said, so, you are saying I have to convert? I'm not saying you have to convert, but if you are a person who worship money and you want to get money from him, well, yeah, but even if you convert, you cannot take the money with you because you are not coming from a Muslim country, which means a Muslim money cannot be transformed or transferred to non-Islamic country. So let us say you are a Muslim woman from Bangladesh and you marry someone from Kuwait. Bangladesh is a Muslim country, so the woman she inherits, she can take her money and go back to Bangladesh. In your case, no. According to the Islamic law, you cannot carry the money of the husband because this is Muslim money to non-Muslim land. For that will increase the wealth of non-Muslims. It's forbidden. So even if you convert to Islam, when you inherit, you will inherit and you stay there. You cannot take it with you. You cannot move the property. You cannot sell it. You cannot, etc. It's going to be there's marks in it. You cannot move the money around. Now, let us say you are a Muslim, for the sake of argument. Look what the Quran says. In Islam, 2 women equal to 1 man in inheritance. and that will go to your children's. So which means, let us say in the future you marry a Muslim man and you have daughters. Your daughters will not be treated equally to the boys. One boy will inherit it twice more than the girls. And by the way, if you calculate this is mathematically, you will see that this is impossible to practice. And this is additional proof that Islam is a stupid religion. But this is not our topic for today. So in the case of inheritance, Islam treats women as half as a man. Not only this, you are half witness in the court in Islam, which means your husband, he will not consider you a smart person. You are always half a brain. Let's see. If there is a court, you cannot be a witness unless, actually, even if there is, you know, let us say, let me make it in a simple way. There's a hadith actually where Muhammad, he said, that women are naqisatu aqlin wa deen, which means they have less brain and less religion, or let us say religious. They are not, they are stupid in other way, and they have they are bad in religion and they are bad in the brain. If you read this one with me, the Prophet said, "O women folk, you should give it charity and be diligent in seeking Allah forgiveness." So women specifically, they have to seek Allah forgiveness. Why? Because I have seen, i.e. on the night which when he went to heaven, supposedly he saw it for real, that the most people of hell are women. According to Islam, most of people of hell are women. And that will tell you the vision of a man when he talks to you. You are an evil person. By nature, you are going to go to hell. Most likely, you are going to end in hell. He is speaking to Muslim women. He's not speaking to Christian women. Muhammad now is speaking to Muslim women. So imagine you are a Muslim woman. You are a believer in Allah. You believe in Muhammad as a prophet. You do the prayer. You do everything. Still, most of women, they will go to hell, and most of people in hellfire are women. And look what he said. A woman amongst you, amongst them, said. So a woman, she is asking now, why is the majority of the deliverers of hell are women? He, the prophets, replied, you curse frequently, and you are ungrateful to your husbands. So you see, if one day you became ungrateful for something your husband did, that will happen to you. You will end in hellfire. This is which means you have to be always grateful for your husband, regardless if he is bad or good. But what about if I being ungrateful for someone is bad? Why I want to be grateful for him or for her? Should be I grateful for nothing? According to Muhammad, you should be always grateful. Otherwise, you are not going to go to heaven. And we showed you before, he said that if a woman, her husband asked her to go to bed and she refused, Allah and the angel will curse her all night until she came back to him. And then he said, and in spite of your lacking of wisdom, according to Islam, women are stupid. They have lacking of wisdom. Do you accept to be with a man he believes you are stupid before even he talked to you, just because you are a female? How you can have a conversation with such a man? He think law on you just because you are a female, without even discussing. You know, there's women, they have degrees. There's women, they are doctors. There's women, they are engineers. There's men, they not know how to read, how to write. What are you talking about? Why women are stupid? According to Islam, women are stupid. You like it, you don't. This is the Prophet of Allah saying that, and the Quran witness to that. That two women in the court are equal to one man. And not only this, when Muhammad said that two women are equal to one man as witnesses, that doesn't mean you will go to court and you can practice your right to be a witness. Let us say there was 1,000 women having a party where women only can attend. Just women can attend. And I am a man, I entered upon and I start shooting. I shot 1, 2, 3 women. Like what we see with these days Muslim people doing. 1,000 of you saw me shooting. Still, none of your witnessing is allowed. Why? Because you are a female, and a female who is equal to 2, they should have at least 1 male in order to be accepted as witnesses. Not only they have to be 1 male with them, the Muslim men, they have to accept them to be witnesses, which means even you are going to be questioned, even you are the witness. Let us say there's 1,000 of you, as I said, but there's not even 1 male was there with you to witness with you. All the 1,000 females are rejected. As simple as that. And according to Islamic law, it's not allowed actually to have witnesses of women in the case of hudud, which means, let me show you, because some they might say this is not true. Lord have mercy. Anything have to do with the crimes, women are not allowed to witness. This is Islam web. This is the fatwa number. So the Abduls will not say, I did not even read it yet. You see, I just opened the website. I just type search. All right. This is the video number. This is the fatwa number. I did not read yet the text. Okay, be my witness. I will go down. Here they are showing you all kind of like cases of etc 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 etc. All right, but from the beginning it says قال القرطبي في تفسيره قوله تعالى فاستشهدوا عليهن أربعة منكم. The Qurtubi, he said, when Allah, he says, bring 4 witnesses of you on them, he said those witnesses, they have to be male witnesses, and there is no question about that, which means no Muslim disagree about that. I can copy the text as it is, it's not copying. I go to Google Translation in front of your eyes. Google Translation. Copy paste as it is in front of your eyes. Here we go. A verse interpretation, meaning the translation here doesn't come true, right? Anyway, it must be a male witnesses. You see it? And there's no dispute about it in the Islamic nation. So all Muslims agree that in the case of hudud, which means in the case of a crimes, if there's any crime, like which mean what women say they can witness for. Women, they can witness if you have a contract, so you bring 2 witnesses and 1 man, like 2 females and 1 male, that will be a witnessing. But in the case of hudud, which mean in case of a crimes, which mean there's a penalty, which is severe penalty, like cutting hands, cutting neck, death, stoning, etc. Those are hudud. In the case of hudud, in the case of penalty, women cannot, period, accepted to be witnesses. Why? Because you are stupid. Now I'm sure if somebody he just came into my video and stopped by and he saw this, he might think I'm saying that women are stupid. I'm not saying that. All right. Francis, you are asking me about the crescent moon. Please don't, we have a topic we have to talk about. Save your questions for different time. I like to focus in one topic until we finish it, because as you see today we have a topic and we have to finish it. So please don't ask me questions that have nothing to do with our topic. And I want to see women involving in this conversation. All right? Do you agree, women, that you are stupid? Seriously? Do you agree that you should be, or you can be with a man he believed that you should not be a witness in the court because you are stupid? Do you think this is right, that someone he be your husband, he believe that women are stupid to the point even if they see a crime they cannot witness? Now why they cannot be witness? Why? Because officially the Quran says you are stupid. The Quran says the reason that 2 women are equal to 1 man, but this is not in the case of hudud, as we said, in the case of penalty, like normal witnesses. Let us say for a contract, somebody borrow money. The Quran says, so if the reason that women 2 women should be there, because if one of them she forgot, the other one she can remind her. Let us see. Let's see where. To the Qur'an. This is better. This is the verse in front of you. If we go to any interpretation, any translation you want, chapter 2, verse number 282. Let us make the translation big. Oh, you believe in the case of contract only. All right. So you have to have 2 witnesses, and then if there's not enough witnesses of men, you can bring 2 witnesses of your. You have to get 2 witnesses of your men, and if there are not 2 men available, then a man and 2 women. But this is only in the case of contract. This is the only case women are allowed to witness. In the case of hudud, the case of penalty, the case of death, the case of crime, even if there's 1 million women, they are not allowed. Like I said, if there's 1,000 women and not 1 man, they cannot witness. But this is not really about crime. This is about making a contract. If there's a crime, those 1,000 women are not allowed to witness, because simply they are forbidden from witnessing. And I showed you that from the Islamic Fatwa webpage. If you go to the Quran where it says you have to have up to 4 witnesses. All right. Chapter 4, verse number 15, as an example. All right. If we go to the interpretation, we go to tafsir.com, a website we always use. It's owned by the King of Jordan. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. This is not a Christian website. And the King of Jordan, he claimed that he is from the family of the Prophet. MashaAllah. What an honor. That's something disgusting actually to have. No wonder he is very corrupt. This is the verse in front of us. Read with me. In the case of 2, this is, by the way, this is a verse about the lesbian. This is what we said, that only in the case of contract, women, they can be witnesses. In the case of anything have to do with severe punishment, or something is called fahisha, which means like filthy, something bad. Look what it says. And for those of your women who commit loudness, adultery, call for Muslim men to witness against them. Like, look how stupid this even argument, guys. How they are 2 lesbian, and we will get 4 Muslim men to witness them having sex. Like, how we can get this, even if it's a wife and a man? Like, I mean, let us say you come back home, you find your wife with a man in the bed, and you saw it by your own eyes. Islam requires you to have 4 men. Okay, I go on the street and ask, hey guys, come over. Like, by the time you are done, and in Islam, they have to see the private part of the man getting in and out. I can't speak more details. So even if you have 4 witnesses, let us say you have 4 witnesses, and you enter the bedroom and you see a man doing it, but you don't see his private part getting in and out, there's no proof of adultery. This is called al-lamam. That is not approved. Even if you have 1,000 men, they saw they witness the case. However, here, the important for us, in this case, or any case have to do with severe penalty, you have to bring Muslim men as witnesses. Muslim women, they cannot be witness. And here we ask ourselves, how a woman she can witness, how a man she can witness to a lesbian? What he's doing there? You know? Lord have mercy. Now, I don't want to forget the request of other brother. He asked me about speaking about Muhammad wives, and he asked me about to speak about a woman. Her name is Qatila, which is a woman who Muhammad he married, and then she left Islam. All right, and he asked me to speak about Abu Sufyan, what he said about Muhammad, that he is like a very sexual man, and he is not really a man of God. But I said to myself, you know what, there is something more important. That is, this topic may be good for those who they want to be qualified for higher standard of knowledge. But here, what this will be to do with us, with Muhammad. Let us see how Muslims legitimize, or let's say how Muslims explain why a Muslim man, he can have many wives, starting from their prophet. I found this video in YouTube, and the name of the video, as you see, you can go and watch it yourself. It's 4-minute video. Prophet Muhammad, why did Prophet Muhammad marry so many wives? And why 9 years old? So now the Muslims, he's going to explain to you why the best man of Islam, he married many wives. And that will explain to you why what a Muslim man will do to you. Because if their best man is Muhammad, then the best man is the teacher, and the rest they will follow. So according to this man, I will follow a little bit.
Now, why the Prophet not married to many wives? Simply, the Prophet's whole life is dedicated to serving the humanity,
Wow.
conveying the message of God, which is the only way to save the humanity from evil. All his marriages were dedicated to this aim of the message.
Listen to this carefully. I'm not the one who said that, be my witness. According to this, Muslim men, they are encouraged to use you. The purpose is not to marry you, but to spread the message. Are you guys, did you see what I'm saying? Did you see what this guy is saying? I'm not making things up. According to this man, you see, I'm not going to discuss really if this is true or not. According to this man, who is a scholar in Islam, and this is Islamic TV, the Prophet, he was having a lot of relationship with many women, not because he want to marry them. He want to use them. Are you following? Do you want to marry someone he want to use you? So I can marry you to spread Islam. I'm not really interested in you. I marry you so I can have Muslim babies, more Muslim babies. They will end as Muslims because they have to follow their father. Francisco, I told you we have a topic, we have to concentrate in it. I'm not really interested right now in eating garlic and going to the mosque. This is not our topic. Our topic is about women in Islam. All right, so focus with us. All right, this is why I'm not answering your questions. I see your text, but this is our topic: women and Islam. So not only Muslim women, she have no rights equal to man in every way, every mean. Islam consider her stupid. Islam consider her half brain. Islam consider her, most of them, they will go to hell. A man, he can beat his wife. She cannot inherit the same as the man. All of this is nothing compared what this guy he said. The Prophet, he married women to use them. He have a mission. Okay, I have a mission. I'm looking for a woman, she is rich. I want to be rich. And you know what? I have a mission, a good mission. I want to be rich so I can have a TV station to spread Islam. So I go and marry Khadija, who is 25 years older than me, because I have a mission. So Muhammad was using Khadija for her money. Actually, Muhammad, he said it clearly that Khadija, she was spending her money on him. Muhammad married all the women, according to this guy, to use them, not to marry them. They were just a toy. They were a tool. Who in the world want to marry a man, he want to use you for a target, have nothing to do with you? Is that what you want?
Every marriage is for the service of the message of Islam.
For the service. See?
And you find him marrying widows, divorced, old. Why? Because he has got an aim of serving this message, making this message reach to the people. He got married, for example, to daughter with a lady whose father was a leader of the Jewish community.
This is the number one lie, by the way. Muhammad, he did kill her family, and he took the daughter of the leader as a sex slave, and after he gave her to his men, he asked for her back because one of the women, she said to him, Muhammad, he used to have a woman, she's like a pimp. She always accompanied him. This woman, she said to him, why you gave Safiya to Dahya al-Kalbi? Why you gave her to him? She is very beautiful. So Muhammad, he asked for her back, and he told him, go and take what you want from those women, other slaves. Exchange her. And he took her because she is beautiful. But did not marry her. Later the Muslims, they say he married her, but first all his men, they have sex with her. And this is telling me how low class this man is. How you accept to take a woman, you order your men to rape her, and after they are done with her because somebody told you she is beautiful, you ask her to get back. Let's see if we can find the hadith in English, because as you know, they might say it's not true. Not true, right? He gave her to a guy, his name is Dahya al-Kalbi. It might take some time to find it, but it's all right. After he gave her to him, and Dahya al-Kalbi, he slept with her, he have her for some time. Muhammad, he took her back. Anyway, maybe later I can get it for you, because look, I can't really remember exactly what was the hadith saying exactly, to search for it by here we go. It's hard to memorize everything. Anas said, captives were gathered at Khaybar. Khaybar is a tribe of Safiya. This is a Jewish tribe. Dahya is a guy. Came out and said, Apostle of Allah, give me a slave girl from these captives. He said, go and take a slave girl. You see, they are giving out a slave. They come to your tribe, to your homes. They kill the men. They kill all the men. And now, okay, Prophet, give me a woman. Okay, go, pick up one. All right? You see how easy it is? Like ISIS. He took Safiya, the daughter of Huyay. So who is the one who took Safiya? Dahya al-Kalbi. A man came to the Prophet, and actually it's not true. The one who told him about her, it was a woman. To the Prophet and said, you gave Safiya, daughter of Huyay, the chief lady of Qurayza, and Al-Nadir, she is from an honored family, to Dahya? Really? So Muhammad, he sent looking for her, and he said to him, which means to Dahya, take another slave girl from the captives. The Prophet then, he set her free and he married her. This is not true, by the way. He put his coat above her shoulder, and this is the way Muslims, they will understand that nobody can touch her because Muhammad, he wanted her. After he slept with her many times for a long time, then she was announced to be a wife for the Prophet. And the reason Muhammad, he did marry her later, he said to himself, maybe if the Jews see I married their daughter, they will like me. Not only I took her as a slave. This is the daughter of their leaders. Maybe now they will see it and all became relatives. So they say to you, he married her. They don't tell you that this guy, he killed her husband, he killed her father, he killed her brothers, and he killed her family, and he killed her tribe. And imagine, after all of this, he slept with her after he ordered his men to sleep with her. So according to Islam, based on what we heard from this mullah, this shish kebab mullah, that you can use a woman for a target, especially if the target is to spread Islam. So do you think a Muslim, he marry you for you, or he can use you? He can say, I want to marry her to get a green card, because that will spread Islam, will increase the number of Muslims in the country. Same time, I can have babies from her, that will increase the number of Muslims, and later I divorce her. This is why most of those who marry a Muslim man, they will not stay with him for long. He get the green card, he gets citizenship, he get rid of you. He go and marry new women. And actually most of them, they have more than wives. One is registered. Actually, even some of them, they don't even register it at all. The reason they don't register the women, so they can apply for a single mother welfare. So they sleep with her, like they marry her in the mosque. He married 4 women in the mosque, which is not announced. In USA, in England, in Australia, you can search them for internet. Then you will find how many cases of Muslim men marrying many women, even inside your country, in the West. So imagine what he can do in Islamic countries. Let's see if we search. Imagine, look at this picture. A guy is sitting with her, he's working with his 4 wives. What a view, man. Oh, Lord. Let me see if I can find you. Like there is stories of women who they are in welfare in England and in Australia. They don't work, you know. They are in welfare. The government pay for their babies, and the Muslim man, he marry 4 and he divorced, and the government pay for the children's. You don't have to pay for child support, you know. You don't have to. Actually, this is a story here about marrying children too. Those people, they have no problem to marry very young children.
میخوای که یاله کنم من سلمان بنده خدا این کل طلاق من از بستنیم که اگه کرد بودن کار دوان دارم میزنم من سر دارم و خیلی کنم کار دوان کنی برمیدش من خود کار دارم که وقتی من میزد جای کار دارم خوب شدم نمی‌چیکار جای من بالا جای فندق اینا هست اینجیگار نمی‌چیکار دیگه وقتا جیرم بردم به تیشه بس.
You see the bruises in her hands, the poor girl? Yeah. This is supposed that she's an old woman for Muslims. This is 12 years old. This is not a young girl. This is 12 years old for them. She's old. Muhammad, he married a child, 6 years old. So just to make it simple, you know, why in the world anyone want to marry a Muslim man or want to be with a Muslim man? This is an article made by Muslims about women's rights. Women's rights. And they say that Islam gave women rights, and Muslim women and women before Islam, they have no rights in Arabian Peninsula. You know what? I cannot believe it how much Muslims they love to lie, and they think, I believe strongly, that you people are stupid to believe in such a garbage. Do you remember a story even in the Quran, speak about a queen of Yemen. She is the queen of Sheba. Do you remember? Even in the Quran, who was the queen of Yemen? Balqis, according to the Quran. If women are treated badly, how a woman she was a queen long before Muhammad came to existence. You heard late, not long time ago, about the city of Palmyra, which the Syrian army just free a few days ago, actually, from ISIS, right? Do you know that the best ruler for the city was a woman? You believe it? The city of Palmyra, one of the most beautiful cities in the world you can imagine, and the most powerful ruler, for sure this is before Islam, right? When Islam came, everything destroyed. That's what ISIS is doing, exactly what Muhammad did. This woman, she was one of the most powerful leaders for this beautiful city, very ancient city in Syria. Syria was the land of civilization until the Muslims came. Look at this. They have theaters when nobody have even a building. You see those 30 Syrian? Those are not the Syrian, those are the Muslims. The real Syrian in Syria is the Christians one. The Arab, they came as occupation. The real citizen of Syria is the one who built this civilization. And the most powerful rulers who made this used to be a kingdom, right? You know, like this is a city, but it's a kingdom in the same time, is Zenobia. This is why you see a lot of statues for her, and a lot of a drawing, and a lot of etc. symbolic for her glory. But they say to us that women before Islam, they have nothing. What about Nefertiti, the queen of Egypt? Very famous, very well names, you know, Middle East. What about Khadija, the wife of Muhammad? Muhammad himself used to work for her. Which means women in the time of Muhammad, they used to be businesswomen. Muhammad, he used to work for her, and he get his salary and his orders from Khadija. But yet they say to us that before Islam, women, they have no rights. Imagine all this beautiful glory was in the hand of ISIS. You believe it? And they destroy a lot of it actually already. The Muslim, they will say to you, by the way, that do you know that baby girls before Islam, they used to be buried, and Islam forbid that? I found an article which is supporting my idea, which I used to talk about it for a long time, and you can see my old videos many years ago, speaking about this lie. This is an academic Saudi professor. He said that the story of burying their daughters, the Arab burying their daughters, is nothing but a shameful lie. Nothing but a shameful lie. And even he say, even the Quran never said and never spoke about burying daughters. I can copy for you the text. This is Al Arabiya TV station, by the way, a Saudi Islamic TV station, very well known. I can go to Google, paste. It's a big, outrageous lie when they speak about burying the babies. And he say, which is very close to what I say, that's the Quran is speaking about this issue, is speaking about that in the judgment day, the soul which is killed is going to be asked why it was killed. Why? What is the reason? Look at the false translation. There is nowhere in the Quran it says she is a female, the one who is buried or something. There's nothing that says she. It says al-maw'uda. Al-maw'uda is the soul. This soul which is killed. Why is going to be asked, what is the sin this soul was killed for? Has nothing to do with the female infant, because if the Arab, they are killing their females, we will be out of females. Imagine everybody kill his daughter, then we will not have women. as simple as that. This verse have nothing to do, and look to prove my point, just to show you how the Muslim, this is why I am going to translate the Quran in a real translation. Look what the verse before it say, and when the souls are united. So this is about what? About the souls. The soul will be asked why you are killed, which means if when you kill a soul, it's not going to go. Allah is going to ask the soul, you were killed for what reason? Which means the one who killed you is going to be questioned for killing you. And the nafs has come as a female word in Arabic. So when the souls are gathered, the killed soul will be asked, not the female infant, where do you get this word in Arabic? Can you show it to me in the Quran? It does not exist. It's a lie. It's a lie, it's a fabrication. So if they say to you, Islam saved the infant from being buried, this is a big fat lie. And not only me, Christian Prince, saying that, even Islamic scholars, doctors who are very famous in Saudi Arabia say that. Here we go, the whole article in front of you. And you believe it or not, the Muslims underneath of the article, they are saying, thank you, doctor, for clearing this stupidity. Every comment underneath is praising this man for saying the truth. Read it. You can translate the comments one by one. And actually, I found a comment here which is very, very nice. I will take the comment from a Muslim. His name is Saudi. He called himself Saudi, which means he's from Saudi Arabia, which means he's a Muslim. I will take the comment and I will paste, so we can read together the comment. The Arab before Islam, they used to highly look at women, at females. Many gods before Islam, they were females, such Allat and Uzza and Ishtar and Manat. And women, they used to be queen, like the Queen of Sheba, the Queen of Palmyra, etc. And they ruled. So how you say, he's saying to them, where do you get this from, that Arab, they used to bury their daughters? So even the Arab themselves, they cannot find where this is coming from. You see it? Even the Arab themselves, they cannot find where this lie is coming from. It is just interpretation by the Muslims. It's not really from the Quran. The Quran doesn't say that. The Quran interpretation is, the earliest interpretation of the Quran. Supposedly, it's done by the cousin of Muhammad, Ibn Abbas, but it's not written by him. It's written long after him, and the rest are written long after Muhammad, 300 years, etc. So none of them have a connection really to the text. So how you can explain the Quran? How you can explain what this verse means? Simply the verse saying something have nothing to do with this, as I showed you, and I believe what I'm saying makes sense, right? When the souls are gathered, this soul which is killed, and when the soul was killed, not buried. What buried? Al-Maw'uda, the one is you, let us say, you cover, you destroy, etc. When the soul is alive, is going to be asked, like when the soul is taken from it, the life is going to be asked, for what sin you were killed. And ask yourself, how savage those Arab to bury a daughter alive. Alive? That's very bad. The word wa'ada have many meaning actually. It can be, mostly it's about covering something, not even to be buried. Let us say you don't want to talk about a topic, so let us say you bury it, but not really. It's a metaphorical meaning. It's not about burying with the dust or sand. Even this guy, he said that in his article. Let me show you. He said this has nothing to do with this. This is a metaphorical talk, and have nothing to do with burying. And he say even in the Arabic dictionary, read with me here for those who speak Arabic. From the side of a language purpose, in the language of the Arab, when they speak about killing a human being, they speak about killing his soul, not even the person. All right. And then when they say وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيَّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ, he says they are speaking about the soul. And even he say when the Arab men, they used to have a daughter, they don't like this news, because boys are better, for they can work and they can fight, they can protect the family. However, when he received the news, when his wife is delivering the baby, he don't stay at home, he go outside, he wait for the news. If the woman, she deliver a baby boy, he come right away to the home, he's so happy, he make a celebration. If the wife deliver a daughter, then he will do wa'ad, which means he will disappear for some time. He don't like the news, he's upset. They used to think that the reason for the woman, she have a baby, it's her fault, baby girl or a baby boy. So if the woman, she have a baby boy, this is because you are a bad woman or you are a good woman. This is why Muhammad, he said تزوجوا الودود الولود. Muhammad, he wanted, he think that women, if they can have babies or if they cannot have babies, this is because of the women problem. So he asked Muslims to marry women already been tried and they give babies, because they are wadud walud, let's see. Here we go. Muhammad encouraging Muslim men to marry from those who have already babies, because simply this means they can have babies. So they blame the women. If she cannot have baby, it means she cannot. It's her. It's not the man. So he said, marry the one who have many babies before. And by the way, here, loving is not a right translation. This is false. Al-wadudu al-ladud, al-wadud, which means that she is nice. You know, she prepared herself. She is the nice, not you loving her. She is a nice person. All right. And she will give you, you know, because that will give us a lot of numbers. All right. This is why he wants them to marry this kind of woman. For I will boast for your great number. The same hadith in different place. And by the way, you see always that Muslim, the same story, the translation change. Al-Wadud, the one she is kind, easy, and the one she can give you many babies, which means she is already been tried. But this is a contradiction for Muhammad behavior. You see, when he encouraged the Muslims, it's not about him. Muhammad, he don't like widows. Muhammad, he liked the young ones. When a man, he was rushing to go home, Muhammad, he asked him, why you are in a rush? The man, he said, I married, I am newly married, and I miss my wife. He said to him, why you marry a widow when you should marry a young girl so she can play with you? You see the story here? The man, he's running fast to go to his wife, and you know, the story is here in front of you. The Prophet said to him, have you married Jabir? I said, yes. He again said, a virgin or one previously married? I said, Messenger of Allah, with one was previously married. Whereupon he said, why don't you marry a young girl so that you could play with her, not sport, play with her, and she play with you? So Muhammad don't like old women, and he don't even like to have those women who have many kids before. He like young ones. Young ones, we are talking about children, like Aisha. She was 6 years old. But when it's come to, generally speaking, to Muslims, he encouraged them to marry the one who have a lot of babies, or which proving she can have babies, because he want to have babies to spread Islam. So all those articles about Islam giving the women right, what do you mean women right? Khadija, she was a businesswoman, she inherited her family. In Islam, women, she is equal, one man equal to 2 women. Khadija, she was a businesswoman. In Islam, women, she cannot even get out of her house without permission of her husband. Khadija, she married Muhammad according to Muslim stories. She is the one who asked for his hand. And even in marriage, how many Muslim men, how many wives they can have? Muslim man, he can have up to 4. Muhammad, he can have unlimited. Do you know before Islam they used women, she can marry as many as she wants? Do you believe it? In the same time. It's called Zawaj al-Raht. Zawaj al-Raht. Where a woman, Arabian woman, she can marry as many as she wants in the same time. This is an article just to show you. All right. They are saying marriage before Islam, there was 4 kinds of marriage. Number 1, the nikah, it's called nikah al-bu'ula. Nikah al-bu'ula. This is not marriage, really. It's sex. Where a man, he asks a man to have a sexual relationship with his daughter. All right. Nikah or istibda, etc. You know, and but this is not important for me. Then here, nikah hurrat. Nikah hurrat is where a woman, she gather a number of men, and most likely it's between 3 to 9, not 10, like 10 or less than 10. This is called rahat. And they sleep with her, and then when she is going to deliver a baby, she chooses who is the father, and she said to him, "This is your son." We can take it to Google Translation. So before Islam, women, they used to have multiple husbands at the same time. It was the opposite from after Islam. So the women in Arabia, they have not only they were having really a lot of power, they are really out of control. To the point a woman, she can have many husbands at the same time. She will gather up to 10 men, and she sleep with, like, she don't have to sleep with them in the same day. Don't think this is the way. Like, she sleep with many, like, let us say they are 10. She sleep every day with different one, etc. for, let us say, the last year. And then when she get pregnant, she choose who is the father, and whoever she choose, he is the father. That's it. You have to accept. So the woman, she was having fun. The woman, she was having 10 husbands. 10 husbands, not 4. Islam came, he made the woman, she cannot have more than 1 husband, and the man can have up to 4 husbands. And actually, this is a wrong translation for the Quran explanation, because the Quran says you can do nukah, which means the F word, to 2 and 3 and 4. The total is 9. And this is explained why the Khalifas after Muhammad, all of them, they have 9 wives. Because simply they did nikah to 2 and 3 and 4, which is total 2 plus 3 plus 4, 9. The Muslim, because they have a stupid mentality. You see, the Muslims, they have a stupid understanding for everything in the religion. As an example, Muhammad was an illiterate. There's nowhere in the Quran it says Muhammad was illiterate. The Quran says Muhammad was ummi. Ummi mean from the Gentile, the one who is not from the Jews, not from the Christians. Those who don't have God, those who are pagans. This is what ummi mean. The Muslim, they translated, they give interpretation that the word ummi mean that he do not know how to write, how to read. So as you see, the women in Arabia before Islam was not only in power, she was a queen, she was a leader. She used to have as many as she want as husbands, not even 1 or 2, up to 10 in the same time. She was a businesswoman. Their status was in every wall in the Middle East. Great names, Nefertiti, Zenobia, you name it. After Islam came, everything changed. Women became in the burqa. Women became a piece of garbage. Became naqisat wa aql wa deen. Have less brain, have half a brain and half religion. We can beat them. So not only it's not allowed in Christianity for a Christian woman to be with a non-believer, regardless if he's a Muslim or not. As you see, this is a religion. Teach the man that women, she have to be looked down always. They say to you, we cover the women because we protect them. You know what? You do not need to cover them to protect them. Secondly, covering have nothing to do with protection. If you want to protect the women, stop yourself from marrying more women. Who is going to protect her from you when you beat her inside the house? Do you know that in Islamic country, if a Muslim woman, she call the police that her husband is beating her, they cannot come to your house because this is his right? For Quran chapter 4 verse number 34 says so. Even Muhammad, he said, a man should not be questioned for beating his wife. He should not be questioned. A man should not be questioned why he beat his, why did he beat his wife. This is not your business. You see it? A man will not be asked as to why to beat his wife. There's a story where Umar ibn Khattab, he was beating his wife. Let me see if I can get you the story. But anyway, this one will do. A man, he was sleeping over the house of Umar. He got to see what's happening. All right. And by the way, I just found here something I would like to share with you, just to show you how filthy Islam is. You see, this is a hadith. Look how long it is. For sure, I cannot read it all. All right. But the translation have nothing to do with the story, and I will show you why. In this translation, Abu Bakr, he said, فقال له أبو بكر, Abu Bakr, he said to a man, امصص بدر اللات. Now I don't want to speak dirty. The woman, she have a little tiny piece in her private part. I think you know what is that, right? So Abu Bakr is saying to the man, go and suck the clitoris of Allat. Allat is a female god. This is the Khalifa of the Muslims. Umar, he said the same. Muhammad, he said, all of them, they used to say such a thing. Imagine, go and suck the clitoris of the vagina of Allat, which is the female god. Funny about Islam too, before we finish this topic, maybe one more thing to say. The Quran say, why man, when he got a baby, he complained, baby girl. In chapter 3 verse number 36, supposedly the mother of Mary, when she gave birth to Mary, Allah, he report, he says that, is the female equal to the male? Is the female equal to the male? Which means obviously not. In Islam, the male is not equal to the female. This is the words of Allah. And the male are not like the female. This is not false, actually. False translation. In chapter 16 verse number 58, it says, and if you give the news for someone that he have a daughter, his wife, she gave birth to a daughter, his face became black, which means he became upset. But look what, I have a surprise for you. Allah himself complained that Muslims, because the Arab, they say, you have a daughter. And what Allah he say? Oh, for you the males and for me the females. So the verse before it, Allah says, why the Arab, they get upset when they have a daughter? Their face became black. In the verse after, in the chapter after, Allah, he complained himself in chapter 53 verse number 21, says, what? You take the males as sons and you give me the females as daughters? So Allah himself, he don't like the females to be daughters. And the verse in the front of you. This is why I say this is one of the most stupid religion ever you can imagine. So my advice for Christian ladies and even non-Christians, having a relationship with none, or let's say a person have nothing to do with your culture, will cause you problems. Additional to that, marrying someone from different belief will cause you a big problem. Totally different belief, totally different tradition, totally different language, totally different heritage, totally different understanding. Everything is different. You have to do not only compromise, you have to be the sheep in the house in order to live there. Especially if one day he decides to take his family and go back home where he came in from. You are no one, trust me. Like maybe in the West you have protection, you can call the police for him. What if one day, go right now and search for American women trying to get their sons back from Saudi Arabia. Search right now and see how many. The husband, he say, I want to go on vacation. He take them to Saudi Arabia, you will never see them again. They are Saudi citizens. And America have no power over Saudi Arabia to force those children to come back. He can take your children, he can destroy your life, he can make you miserable, he can marry as many as you want, he can marry for women and divorce them, divorce them, and marry them and divorce them, and he can marry as many as he wants. For marriage for them is nothing but a sex contract, and you get paid for it. You have no value. I showed you all, actually I showed you the most important things. Actually Islam is a lot more ugly than this. How the man he can beat you, how the man he can discriminate you, how the religion discriminate you, how the culture discriminate you. You are no one. And Muhammad, he said, there is no nation will succeed if the leader of this nation is a woman. Maybe you can search for the hadith, and maybe this is enough. You can search for the Prophet said no nation will succeed if a woman leader. You can find the hadith. I think we are done with this. Enough is enough. So don't fool yourself. Even if you are a man and you marry a Muslim woman, you will pay a very high price for this. The children, they will be forced to be Muslims. And even, let us say you are a very good Christian person, you do all your best, they will brainwash them. They will take them, the woman, she has the right to have her children around her. She will teach them about Allah, about Islam, about etc. They go back to you, terrorist. What you can do about it? With this, I say thank you guys for listening. I hope we did learn something good for today. And I hope I did not give you a headache with a lot of reference. But you know what? I'm losing my voice. But I believe it's worth it, isn't it? My time and my voice is not lost. I encourage you to download my videos, please. Feel free to download the videos. You can download and then cut the videos to pieces. I don't mind that. You can you choose a topic or a hadith I mentioned, I explain. You can cut it and you can put text. You can add subtitle. You can add translation to French, to German. You can do. Please help us to spread the truth. I don't really care about subscribers. All right. I'm not a person who really. I'm not working for my glory. As you see, my videos is all over YouTube, and actually, those who copy my videos, they have more views more than my videos. Believe it or not. So I'm not seeking my glory. I'm not seeking anything. Help us to spread the truth. In the same time, we will be happy to see more and more people support us. We have an option for donation. If you like to support our mission, you can consider yourself inviting me for one Starbucks a year by donating $1, just one, a month. That will make them $12 a year. If you think we deserve your help for our mission, please don't hesitate to do so. And if you think we don't deserve it, thank you very much anyway. The Lord is our provider, and we will do good always, for He is with us. With this, I say thank you, God bless, and don't forget, please, to read my books in case you want to have more knowledge and you are seeking more reference study, because as you see, this is how I do it. It's based on reference and knowledge, not on speeches. Talk is cheap. We don't do the cheap talk. With this, I say God bless. Thank you, and see you very soon again.